you're saying about activity and how important it is for a fighter, and how not all fighters are getting it at the minute.
Yeah, again, if you speak to any fighter, any boxer, all we ask for is activity and fight dates. That's all we want. We want something. We want a goal. We want something to look forward to. A bigger reason to like. We all train, but you need that focus when we train as hard as I do anyway. You need that focus. You need that goal there to keep you on the right track. And again, I need a reason to diet. Like I said, I love my food. So if I've not got a fight day, I'm eating a lot. I'm eating a lot. And again, after I had 3 weeks between fighting Steed and Elvis, and but I didn't. I had a week eating what I wanted, and then when met manager Kevin Marie to talk about Oakwell, to talk about the opponent, the dates and stuff like that, what we're going to be doing. And he sprung it on me. He said, "How was your weight?" And he said he'd been in gym. I went, "Yeah, you know me, I'm in gym." He said, "How's your weight?" And I was thinking, mind your business. What do you mean? What do you mean? How's my weight? I thought they don't look big. And then he said, "Do you want to fight in 2 weeks?" And I went, "Yeah." Like, didn't ask who it was, where it was. I was like, "Yeah, of course." I'm like, "Get me out." So I had to get back on diet on for the next 2 weeks, and yeah, I made the weight easy again. But yeah, then after that, after I fought Elvis, I went on holiday with my well, was girlfriend, now fiance, proposed, and then had like a mini um training camp business trip to Dubai with some of my sponsors and friends as well, and did a bit of sparring over there, training over there as well. So yeah, I had a little bit of downtime, and then yeah, straight back to it for a big fight.
Where did you get engaged?
It was at St. Lucia. St.
Nice.
Lucia. One of my sponsors from Dean Cook from Bat for Bolts. He was on. He goes there for like 6 weeks every year. So he was there, and I was on FaceTime to him last year. And I was like, he was showing me around. I said, "That looks unreal, unbelievable." And he said, "I tell you what, you win your next fight, and I'll pay for you to come." And I was like, "Dean, I'm winning anyway. Don't worry. Like, I don't want you. That's the way I start taking money candy from a baby. It's too easy." And he went, "I tell you what, you win it. I'll pay for you and Daniela to come on holiday." And I was like, and I just kind of laughed it off. I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And then I won. Then I beat Steed, beat Elvis, and he rang me up and he said, "Oh, I can remember what I promised you last year." And I was like, "No, like, what do you mean?" He went, "About going away." And I went, "Oh, yeah, yeah." And he said, "Right, well, send me some dates you're free. I'm gonna pay for you both to go." So yeah, very grateful for that. And I thought as well, it was Daniela's birthday, Valentine's Day while we were there as well. So I thought, do you know when you like that? What's that saying? Killing two birds with one stone. I was like, it's birthday, Valentine's, let me propose. But I've been wanting to propose since last year anyway, like since early last year. Something I've been wanting to do for a while. So yeah, that all just kind of made sense. So yeah, we're great. We're great.
And when you talk about the diet and the food, what's your Achilles heel then? What's the weakness?
What's the weakness? In terms of what kind of food or
Yeah, yeah. What do you like? What
um
do you go for?
it's weird because a lot of people either have like a sweet tooth or a savory tooth. Like I'm both, mate. I'm both. I'll be honest. I'm both. Like I'll have some food, and then I'll have a dessert. Then I'll have some more savory. Then I'll have some more dessert, and then I might mix the two depending what mood I'm in. If I'm feeling a bit mad, I might mix the two. But yeah, anything really, mate. Whether it's like cookie dough, waffles, crepes, pancakes. I love ice cream. Absolutely love ice cream. Yeah, anything. Whatever if you got some cake for me, I'll take some cake. I'll take some donuts. Oh, mate. Oh, smash burger, chips. But yeah, I spend a lot of time eating healthy and dieting. So I said to my coach all the time, I said, I don't drink. I've never touched a drug in my life. Never tried a cigarette. Let me have my food. Let me have my food.
Does
And
your
that's
weight
it.
go up quite a bit then, Callum, or is it, or do you, where you keep training, you sort of keep a handle on it a little bit?
It does go up quite a bit, but it goes up quite a bit after I weigh in, to be fair, anyway. But but yeah, yeah, it comes off very easy as well. It comes off easy. I think I'm one of them people where some people struggle to put weight on and they'll struggle to lose it, whereas I put it on very quick, but I also lose it very quick as well. I
Yeah.
think my body is very reactive to that, so I never put that much on where it's been like, oh, I'm never going to get this weight off. Because I've got like literally every day in my camp, I write down my weight every morning, and I can look back on certain camps. Oh, this is where I need to be. This is where I should be. And yeah, and with I always have a joke with my coach as well because we've got a 10 kilogram weighted vest. We do a weighted vest session once a week. We do like shadow boxing, bag work, and then like a 10 round full body strength conditioning circuit with the 10 kg weighted vest on. And whenever he says anything about my weight being heavy at start of camp, I always joke saying, "Oh, it's my 10 kg vest. It's my 10 kilogram vest. My natural body weight, my natural body weight vest that I do." So yeah, my weight. But again, my weight's not something I've ever been worried about anyway.
So, how does it feel, and how has it felt having the big Sky machine behind you with Boxer? Like I've seen you, obviously, I know you go to a lot of the Boxer events and that. There's sort of an air of star quality about you. You wear some quite nice threads and stuff that make you stand out as well. Like, is it, it is a monster, isn't it? Sky, like, and it gets you everywhere, doesn't it? Everyone has it, everyone watches it, and I'm guessing you're well known enough in Barnsley anyway. But the Sky thing must be huge for you, right? And the platform it's given you.
Yeah, Sky is again for me before I turned pro, just like growing up, Sky Sports, it's the biggest for me. It's the biggest. I don't know the figures and stats, but for me, it's the biggest sports broadcaster in the UK. When you think a boxing big finite pay per view, you think Sky Sports. That's what you think. Your Sky Sports News, whether you're watching football, boxing, sports, you think Sky Sports. So, and again, I've grown up watching Kell Brook on Sky Sports. All your big fights are always on Sky Sports. That's what it's always been. So when I were looking to sign with a promoter, a broadcaster, Sky Sports were always the first one, and Boxer were always the first on the list. And it was at first mainly because of Sky Sports. Like they're the ones, but like I said, it's an absolute machine. What they've done for me is amazing. Both Boxer and Sky. I've had 7 fights with them. This is going to be my third time headlining my hometown football stadium for the second time. British, Commonwealth, WBO, WBA international titles. Now onto the European. Yeah, and I think that I say I try and get to every show, not because I have to, but because I want to. There's any boxer that's signed with Boxer, they could go to any show they wanted, but I make a conscious effort to get to every single show, to go and support all the other boxers. I don't since I've signed with Boxer, I've not missed one of their shows. I've not missed one of the shows that have been in England. I get to every single one. One because I want to support the boxers and I want to support Boxer, and two, yeah, it's what's that saying? Today's newspapers, tomorrow's fish and chip paper,
Oh
something
yeah,
like that. Fish and
today's
chip.
chip wrapper. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you've got to. So I think you've got to keep yourself relevant, and whether it's someone seeing me on Sky and like, oh, that's got Callum Simpson there, or doing interviews and stuff like that. You've got to. I think that the publicity and marketing is a massive part of boxing now. Everyone knows that. So yeah, if it gets me a little 10 second spot on Sky, it's all right. And even now doing a bit of comms for Sky as well. I really enjoy something that I really enjoy doing. I love doing interviews. I love speaking to people. So yeah, I've enjoyed doing some work with Sky Sports as well in terms of doing the comms.
Where's the weirdest place you've been recognized so far? Anything that stands out?
Uh, Probably weird when you go to the toilet and people recognise you when you stood up at urinals and someone will be next to you and they'll be like that. And like Callum, I'm like, oh, no. And it's like, oh, is that Callum Simpson? I'm just like, yeah, mate, give me 2 minutes. Like, let me wait a minute. And then they try and shake your hand as well. I'm like, whoa, will wash? I'll see you haven't even washed him. What are you doing? But yeah, so probably just in urinals, yeah. But it's crazy like how much I'm getting recognised now in terms of like again I mentioned when I was in St. Lucia, I did me and Daniel we did a Latin dance class. And so there were only like 6 of us in the class. We did a Latin dance class, and then after one of the women were like, "Excuse me, are you a boxer?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do a bit. I try." Yeah, she went, "Oh, my husband recognised you yesterday. He said he watched you on Sky last week. He said you're a good fighter, but he weren't sure if it were you." And I was like, "Yeah, it was me." So she just watched me trying to do a Latin dance, two-stepping a bit of salsa, and yeah, she recognised me in St. Lucia and over in Dubai, and get recognised a lot like up and down the country now. Yeah, whereas before it was mainly just Barnsley, but now it's a lot more national now and yeah, international as well. You could say.
So, what are the next steps you need to make to develop as a fighter?
The next steps to develop as a fighter, I think, just to keep doing what I'm doing in terms of stepping up every fight, stepping up in levels, Again, I feel like that's what I've done, especially all my career. Every fight I've tried to step it up, try and fight different styles, try and become a more complete boxer. I think my style naturally is um, a move for like a come forward pressure fight. I like to throw a lot of shots, whereas now I'm trying to become a complete boxer in terms of being able to box at range, use my jab, use my range a lot more, both long, medium, and inside. And again, I think with Ivan Zucco, my first Southpaw, I'm going to be fighting at European level. Again, I've come through all the levels, so area title, I won that. British, Commonwealth, I've won 2 international titles and just fighting different styles and again just stepping up every fight, trying to step up. And again, Zucco's going to be my next step up to European level, and then yeah, continue with stepping up, and then going back to my coaching after fight night and back in the gym. What we need to work on, what we've done well, what I need to improve on, and yeah, just keep on developing. I think in boxing, every day is a school day as well. I'm always learning every day in the gym, every week. We're always picking different things out to learn and develop and trying and better myself as a fighter, as a boxer.
Have you seen much of Zuko? Have you done some homework already?
We've done enough, yeah. We've done enough. My coach does a lot of my coaching is someone called Marley at the gym, so do like the fight analysis for us. So he'll watch the relevant fights, most recent fights, most fights that are more relevant to my style, and pick out his kind of strengths, weaknesses, areas, what I need to be aware of, what will work against him, and they'll timestamp and clip bits that I need to stuff that I need to see and I need to be aware of. So personally, I don't just sit down and watch Ivan Zucco. I've watched probably one round of him on YouTube, and I don't really like watching my opponents. To be fair, in that capacity, it just gets a bit boring to be honest. But my coach, he will break down exactly what I need to watch. So I'll watch what's relevant. So we've picked up some key areas of what he's very good at, what we need to be careful of, what we need to be aware of, um, what we think my strengths will work against him, and then yeah, we just kind of and then we just drill. Then we drill for however many weeks, months in sparring, and then try and develop again, try and develop as a complete fighter. What style and what strategy, what game plan will work against Zuko. We should kind of there's like a probability of how we think he will come to beat us and what we think is a chink in my armor that he's going to try and take advantage of and try and reduce that and what we can do with him. So yeah, so when you ask if I've watched a lot of him, I've watched what I need to, and my yeah, we know a lot enough about him. Yeah,
What does he do well? What are his strengths, would you say?
I'll not say what his strengths are because he might he'll know that we're working on them in case his fans is watching this interview. Um, but in terms of like, so I'm not saying like boxing strengths, but in terms of like physically, is seems very strong. Obviously got punch power. He's got more knockouts than I've had fights. Seems very durable, very tough. Um, yeah, so yeah, it looks like he can both box and fight as well. So and very fit. So yeah, it looks like I'm a yeah, very competent fighter, good fighter.
Obviously, this is you've boxed at Oakwell before. You're going back there. Is there going to come a point where you outgrow Oakwell?
Don't know that Oprah will always have a place in my heart, won't it? It'll always have a place in my heart. But you know, we want to. Everyone wants a Vegas trip, don't they? Everyone wants a Vegas trip. If you're asking for a trip to Riyadh, if you're asking for a trip to Vegas or New York, so yeah, you know, I'm very grateful and privileged to box at Oakwell once, never mind twice. You know, for a British Commonwealth and now a European. I think a lot of fighters go through the career never boxing at the hometown football stadium. If you look who's done it locally, it's been like Josh Warrington, Kell Brook, who else done it local? And maybe like well,
Chris Smith down here.
but yeah, it's by the out local. Yeah, so Chris Smith's done it. Carl Froch, but they're all for world titles. They're all world title fights. So there's not I don't think there's anyone that's fought at a stadium not for a world title. So for me to do it and my 15th fight, British and Commonwealth, is crazy. And now go back to do it for a European. But I think that's just a credit that just shows the support that I've got from Barnes, my local community, and the support I've got from Boxer and Sky and their belief because it's a massive investment from Boxer and Sky, a massive taking a massive punt on me and getting behind me. So yeah, that's something that I'm very grateful for as well.
Is your immediate future, let's say 12 to 18 months, is this definitely at 168?
18 month, yeah, yeah, yeah. Unless I get some crazy offer at light heavyweight, but yeah, my plans are to win a world title at 168, multiple world titles at 168, and then move up when I'm ready. But I'm happy to do 175 anytime that I can fight at that weight happily, no issues at all. I think everyone knows I'm very big at the weight, and I think light heavy probably could be easier, to be fair. I feel like when I start light heavies, they're a little bit slower. Not the engine's not quite as good as super middles. I don't really feel that much difference in power. So yeah, maybe light heavy would possibly easy. I don't know, but like I said, I make super middleweight too easy to not do that weight. And yeah, for the next 12, 18 months, yeah, I would have said super middleweight. But you never know. Like I said, I make the weight well, but if after this next fight anything could happen, I might think, bloody hell, I struggle. I'm gonna struggle doing this, but that's not happened yet. I don't see it happening anytime soon. So yeah, let me clean up at 168. Let me get my hands on Canelo at the end of next year, and then we'll push on to 175.
I mean, you mentioned Canelo there, but obviously he's the top dog at 168. But it's a great division, isn't it? When you think you got Pacheco, you got Plant, you got Belanga, Munguia's got back on track with that win over Sirachi, the rematch. Um, it's dense, isn't it? It's a very, very thick class. Like, is there someone that you and there's Mobili as well, isn't there? And
And
then
Billy, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and then God, who else? They've got another guy, haven't they?
I think at world level,
Jesus.
there's I think at world level there's some good talent there, but British, European. Like if you look at in Britain, there's no depth at all. There's no depth. I would have loved to have won the British outright already in good fights, but for me, anyone that I fight now would be a step backwards in Britain. And I think that in Europe, there's Ivan Zucco and Billy, and there's not really that top class there. Whereas I think that mainly they are Americans. You got Caleb Plant, obviously you got Canelo, which obviously Mexico, like say Pacheco, Belinga. There's a few other Americans or fighting out of America anyway. But I think for me the fight that I would from the top 10, the world level fighters that people who are in top 10 that I like, probably Pacheco would be the next fight for me. That's the fight that I want. I can remember seeing Eddie Earn in Riyadh, and I told him, if you do a 5v5, I want Pacheco. I've seen an interview last week with Ben Shalom and Eddie Earn. They mentioned it there, and I think Eddie Earn was saying, "Where's Callum ranked? Where's he ranked?" And unfortunately, Ben didn't know the numbers. So Eddie, I don't think Eddie thought I would be ranked. I'm actually ranked higher than Pacheco with the WBA. I believe I'm ranked higher than him, and I'm only ranked one below him with the IBF. And then I think I'm still ranked top 10 in all four world governing bodies. So yeah, I'm a lot closer to Pacheco than he thinks.
So, and you mentioned domestically. I suppose there are big domestic options for you. They're just maybe not a 168. I know you've had questions about Ben Whitaker before, and I suppose Chris Eubank, he's boxed at 168 before, and they're both boxer talents as well, feasibly. So, are both of those guys on your radar as potential opponents?
Definitely, yeah. And again, this is a conversation that I've had with Boxer. I'd love to fight Chris Eubank Jr. I can't see that fight ever happening. I feel like his profile, he'll be looking for the big money fights, i.e. Canelo's, and then fights like that, or the Conor Ben rematch. Ben Whitaker, I think he'd be too scared to fight me. Wouldn't most no sense for him to fight me now because he knows I'll beat him. And I don't think Boxer put him with me anytime soon either. But yeah, so I can't really see them two fights happening anytime soon. But the people that I would definitely fight, definitely.
Yeah, it's interesting times, isn't it? I suppose all you can do is keep doing what you're doing as well and keep knocking
That's it.
guys and stay relevant.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's like I don't have to. I'm in an amazing position now where I don't have to chase anybody. I don't have to call anyone out. I don't have to say, oh, I don't need. Um, I don't need to be calling people out. I don't need certain fights. Like I'm on my own. I'm in my own lane. I'm doing well on my. Like I'm doing. I'm where I am off a merit, not off not off coming off a big amateur background, big Olympic background, and then getting signed straight away and paid ridiculous amounts of money. I've had my first 10 fights on small all shows, earning my way, um, area title, British title, Commonwealth title, international titles, and yeah, just trying to step up every time and step up. And I've had no handouts, and I've not got no favors off anybody. I like to say I feel like I've come up the hard way, and yeah, it's paying off, and I'm just continue doing what I'm doing.
How do you sell your tickets now? Have you got a family member that you rope into doing it all for you? Does your other half do it for you, or do you still shift the load yourself?
I think now I've done like basically what I do is I put on my Facebook, Instagram, anyone want tickets, message me, they message me, and I go through them. I've got my little spreadsheet on my laptop. My stepmom helps me fill the spreadsheet out and stuff. I've actually picked the tickets up yesterday, so I think I've done like 3,100 and something
Wow.
tickets.
Wow.
So I collected them all yesterday, and then me and my stepmom will be going through them. My sister's dealt with them before, but yeah, this time with me and my stepmom. I've actually invested in a printer this time. Normally we used to have to write it by hand, like the person, like whoever will get a ticket, how many tickets they wanted. But now I bought a printer off Amazon last week. So honestly, I got a printer like 80 quid, but it's worth the investment. Save it, so we just fill a spreadsheet in, the name, the amount of tickets, and then yeah. So I'm gonna put a post up probably tomorrow, just saying I'm gonna do probably 1 or 2 collection days in town, so I can meet people and give them the tickets personally, and just be like, thanks for your support, just like I did like for my Steve Woodall fight. Just a nice little touch for them for that. People are paying, give the hard earned money to come and watch me, to come and support me. So least I can do is just say hello, thank you, and then give them the ticket myself. There might be, to be fair, it's crazy as well because I'm doing tickets myself. Again, it's normally, but it used to just be people from Barnsley ordering like the local area. I recognise the dress straight away. But now I've got people from like Scotland, Ireland, from down London, like Essex, Coventry, like some people in Southampton, Portsmouth. We've got Birmingham, Manchester, Sheffield, Rotherham, Doncaster, um, Newcastle, Middlesbrough, and it's like crazy seeing like people are ordering tickets to my fight from other countries, and it's just crazy, like as if like they're coming to come and support me, like, and it just shows how much my profile's growing, and that people, not just from Barnsley, want to support me and get behind me. So like it means a lot. It's nice to see that.
Yeah, mate, that's really interesting. It's really good to know as well, and also like the people are going to go to Barnsley. It's not the same as going to Vegas or even a big fight in London, is it?
Yeah,
People come up to
exactly. Yeah,
Barnsley to
exactly.
watch you.
Yeah, and it's like I've got friends coming over from Dubai, uh, people coming over from Australia, from Tenerife, from America, and even like people coming over from Australia and Dubai and stuff. Like they'll message me months ago saying, "Do you know when you're fighting in summer? I'm coming away. I'm coming home for a week. I want to make sure it's your fight date. I want to try and book." And they'll hold off coming home until my fight's confirmed. And I've got a family. Chris Buckle is a son and daughter, both box amateur at my gym, and they've moved to Australia now, and they're coming back for 2 weeks. They come back for 2 weeks every year for the past 2 years, and they've been messaging me like, when is it going to be? When is your fight? And I'm like, let me know. So yeah, now the fight's confirmed. They've booked a 2 week to come back from Australia just so they can fit my fight date. And another friend's coming up from Australia as well for a week. And yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, like people want to come and support me. They want to come and get behind me, and it means a lot. Yeah, it means a lot.
You know that that also brings pressure, though, right? I mean, if people are making these sacrifices to come and watch you, like the pressure's on, right? To perform, to deliver, to make sure that they go home happy. And there's expectations on you now. We talk about that Sky machine and everything else. The momentum's great, but is the pressure getting bigger and bigger as well?
No, not really, mate. Not at all. I think that for me, every from my pro debut, every fight I have, it's a must-win fight. I need to win that fight. And even before when I got told about the Chile fight before before the fight before that. So when I was fighting Mbappe, I think it was O2 Arena in London. Boxer said to me, "Oh, confirmed Oakwell. If you need to beat Mbappe this Saturday, and then you're fighting. It was actually Oakwell British Commonwealth title. They told me that on fight week, And I was like, yeah, no worries, I'll beat him, no dramas, don't worry about it. I beat him, and then when I beat Chelly, also then before I fought Steed Woodall, they said, oh, we've confirmed 7th of June at Oakwell. You've just got to beat Steed, just got to beat Steed. And I was like, listen, don't worry about it, don't worry, beat Steed. Oh, June 7th's on. Oh, you've got to beat Elvis now. You've got to beat Elvis. Then we're doing Oakwell. Or like, don't worry. So yeah, everyone talks about pressure and stuff like that. It don't affect me at all. Don't phase me at all. I'm very grateful, very privileged to be in a position where people want to come and support me. They want to get behind me. Sky expects a lot of me. I expect a lot. No one expects more of me. Expects more from me than myself. And you could say, honestly, mate, I'm not just saying it, I genuinely don't feel like pressure or nerves to deliver. I just want to do well. I want to deliver, but it doesn't make me feel a certain way or get nervous about it.
No, fair one, mate. Well, look, thank you very much for making the time to speak to me.
Oh, thank you very
Really
much.
appreciate it. I'm sure it will go off with a bang in early June as the last couple
Definitely,
have,
mate.
and on you roll to more big nights and special nights in Barnsley and further afield, I guess.
Hopefully, mate. That's the plan. That's the plan. Just keep on grinding, keep on working. That's it, innit? That's it. That's all we can do.
And stay away from the donuts and ice cream for a few weeks.
Hey, 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 hey. For net. No, don't be take what you want off me. Don't be taking me donuts and ice cream. After me fight, we'll have a couple of weeks on him, and then we're done. And we're done.
Lovely. All
Cheers,
right.
mate.
Thanks, mate. Take
Okay,
care.
no worries, mate. Top man. Thank you.
Bye.